Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to my channel. This is the fifth week of trading, the moment when I starting sharing my trading details with you. So if you remember, for the first month I was able to make around 3,900 US dollars. I'm starting again a new month, and actually the first month of July. And you see that on the screen I have the portfolio amount for the last week, 267. This week it's actually 268,079. And I just wanted to show it to you that on July the 29th, which I think it was Wednesday, the market was actually very good, 271,063. But because of the tariff war, which started August the 1st again, with a lot of countries, including Canada, you can see that in the last couple of days it was really a sell-off, and I lost around $3,000 into the market just because of that. And I'm going to show you a few companies, and you'll see that really for today and yesterday it was a sell-off, and we'll see if next week will continue. But let's go back to my secondary monitor, so you're gonna see the Excel spreadsheet, what I was able to do this week. I was able to make around 900 US dollars from the beginning of the year up to now, actually from November up to now, 19,800, which is 27,000 Canadian. So pretty good. I'm still able to make a little bit of money, but all the problem with the tariff war actually make our life harder, right? And because of the sell-off, I may have to stay in the market for a few weeks until all those prices are going to recover, right? If this will not actually continue. And so far so good. Just wanted to tell you that I was able to make money with that company, STXX. So let me show it to you, probably on the primary monitor. Yes, that's a company. Do I have it in here? No, this is Apple right here. This is a company which is doing medical devices, and you can read about it. Manufacture, design, and market robotic system, instrument, and information system for the interventional laboratory in the United States of America. Usually it's around $2 to $2.30. Into a month, but just on Monday, if you look at it, it went from almost $2.37, and I think it was even before a week, previous week it was even lower, to $2.58, right? So you see that it was a big increase, and the reason for that is that that company announced that they were able to get the approval from the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, for a new catheter, right? So this is the reason why the stock went up so nicely on Monday. And on the secondary monitor, you see that I made first 336 because I have like 1,000 share already into the market. I sold, I bought again when it went down, make another $170, right? So only Monday I was able to make around $500. The next day I made a little bit of money with Timo, around $150, and again I made a little bit of money with Google, around $100. And here I'm a little bit upset because I did not have enough patience. I had, in both accounts around $10,000 in each into the RRSP and TFSA for Google at around 192.30. And the whole day up to maybe 1 o'clock, it was going up and down less than $1. And I got pretty fed up with it, and I said, okay, I'm gonna sell. It's $100, still better than nothing. And by the end of the day, it went up to 197. So each of those two accounts will make me that day $180 to $200. So probably I lost in here around $300 because I did not have enough patience to wait until the end of the day, right? So that could have been maybe $1,200. But still, this is what it is, right? I tried different other things. I bought a little bit of Boeing, which was going down. I bought as well Apple and sold it again, right? Because they have results, but even if the results were good, the stock was around the same amount. So what I would like to show it to you for this week, and let me see where I'm gonna have this information for you. So probably we need to go to the primary monitor and take a look to the market. So you'll see that only today on Friday S&P 500 was 1.60 minus, right? 1.60%, which is a lot, right? And if you look, the majority of company were actually into red, right? So right now you see on the screen Amazon, MongoDB, TQQQ, UNH, and everything else, Timo, and so on, from 8% down. Amazon had good result, but not so convincing for a lot of people. 8% down today. So look, all those companies goes down like 3, 4, 5%, right? This is mostly because of the tariff war, because of the fact that the job unemployment actually became very low, the news today in the morning, and as well the fight with Jerome Powell from Federal Reserve, who actually said this week that you can see into the inflation, the tariff started to show. And this is the reality. People started to realize that the whole policy, the team from President Trump is trying to impose, it's actually not successful and is starting to affect the market. So you can see the sell-off. Only a few companies, a handful of companies were in positive. Those are the companies in positive. What else can I show it to you? So let me see. I'm gonna try to move on a different place. So the RRSP cash, I have 80,000. Actually, I bought a little bit more, and I think I have only 65,000 because today I bought into Mercedes and Volkswagen, which went down probably to minimum in several months, right? And I invested 5,000 in each. We're gonna see into that. I'm gonna wait to see what's gonna happen. Maybe invest again if it's keep going down. TFSA, this is what I have in it. So that's my account on the RRSP. You see that pretty much everything is in negative. So Google went down from 197 to 188. I actually doubled down. I have almost 15,000 into it at 193, which is not bad. The same Timo went from 88 actually, to 450 today, right? And I cannot keep buying when it's going down because I don't have enough money, right, to do that. So I have to wait until those prices stabilize, and maybe if it's really another 10-20% down, I will buy again. But you see the same story with STXX. Today it was to 216, now it went up to 227 at the end of the day. I bought I think I have right now, so this is probably the beginning of the day, I have 4,000 shares. So I invested almost $8,000 and I have around $2.32 instead of 2.44 what you see on the screen, right? Because that was during the day, but what you see on the screen change. This week, a few companies had very good results, like Bungie. They were like $81. They went down only because of the trade war yesterday and today. The other one, which was very positive, Etsy, they went up to 65 like 2 days ago. Now because of the trade war went down to 58. So all of those, they will recover nicely, and I'm pretty confident. IBM went down to almost 10% today. I'm waiting to see minus 20%, minus 30%. Maybe I will buy again. HBI is the only one I started to play with again. It was 470 something. I bought up to 447 and it went down like 50 cents in 2 days, right? So this is one of those volatile companies I all the time say I'm not going to keep investing into, and I keep making the same mistake. So the whole problem with all those companies is that if the sell-off will continue, I have to wait for longer until they will recover. So in the meantime, if I keep buying and my cash reserve will gonna go to zero, I cannot play the game day by day, week by week. So I will have to wait until the market will recover, and it may take several months, right? And this is the difficulty with all those type of policies which affect the market. If It's a normal president with a normal team of people who let the market play by itself. It's happening like you guys are able to see me doing every week, and let's say $1,000, $2,000, right? And the market corrects from week to week, and you can play the game. But when those fears are actually created artificially by people who have different interests, right? That type of sell-off it's actually happening, and it's making your ability to play the market actually very limited, because you stay with the money into the market, and it will take a while until it is actually recovering. So this is it for this week, guys. It was not a bad week. Actually, the first 3 days it was a great week. I think the first 2 days I was able to make around $700, right? And into July the 29th, the maximum I had, it was 271,000. And I think at that time the dollar was 137, 138. Now the dollar is a little bit more powerful, 139. It was yesterday, and today at the end of the day probably 138, but anyway, it's around those numbers, right? So still a good week in terms of the fact that I made some money, not a lot, but it's a good result. Let's wait and see. Maybe Trump will gonna pivot again like he's always doing, and the market will start recovering, or if not, we'll have to wait and really use the money which we still have just to invest in very good opportunities like big companies which are going down 10, 20, 30%, right? So for now, I'm happy with Google. I'm happy with Timo. They went down. They will go up again, right? So I don't have a problem to invest into them. They are very solid companies. Some other companies like HBI, I'm not 100% sure, right? But so far so good. Let's wait for better days, guys. Just wanted to give you this update. Hope I stay within my 10 minutes time frame, so you guys I'm not wasting your time. So thank you very much for your time. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. Goodbye for now.